All right, good evening, ODU fans. Tonight we have ODU Valorant team facing off versus Fullsail Armada. And if you are new, thanks for tuning in. This is a very important match tonight for ODU. This match will determine where they're seated in playoffs, so it's definitely an important one to pick the win up for. And we're not going to waste any time. We're actually going to jump straight into the first map, which is going to be Haven. Right now, we're currently selecting agents. And you're going to see that on screen right now. So Haven's definitely a map that we have seen ODU pick up a little bit more in the latter half of the season. They did start off playing a lot of Icebox and Ascent, but wanting to widen their map pool a little bit, make sure they're versatile on a number of different maps. You are going to see them playing a lot more Haven as of recently. And they've looked pretty good on it too, so I would expect that this is probably their map pick for this first map, although I'm not 100% sure. Could also be that the enemy team is a Haven enjoyer team as well, so we'll have to see. But right now, very different well, actually, as I say that, composition's looking pretty similar. Of course, we haven't seen any hard lock-ins yet. Jackson actually hovering the breach here. I'd be very interested to see that. And he is going to lock it, so that will be the main difference between these two teams. Assuming Breezy locks in the Sova, yep. So, Breach for the side of ODU, Sky for the side of Fullsail. Both of these pretty standard. Nothing, these compositions are both pretty standard. Nothing too crazy here. If you are returning to Valorant after a little bit of a break, we did see nerfs pretty much across the board to most of the controllers. Or sorry, not nerfs, buffs to a lot of the controllers and nerfs to some others. So Astra and Viper receiving a few nerfs, where Brim and Omen receiving a few buffs. So we have been seeing more Omen played. One of the big changes to him has been the speed at which he can deploy his dark cover or his smokes. It's definitely makes him feel a lot better to play because you don't have to wait so long for those smokes to bloom. And it looks like we got ODU starting out on the attack. See Defect right now with that Sheriff in hand. He has been very consistent throughout the season on the Jet, especially on these pistol rounds. He's often good for 2, even 3, pretty consistently. And he's going to look to find an opener here. Did spot that cross from the Sky, but very early the dark cover. The aftershock coming out for ODU. They definitely looking like they want to take some control of Garage. Not sure if there's a gap on the side of that. Bit of a spam there, and actually we swapped away. I believe the Sky was able to get out alive, but the rest of ODU making their way onto C, and this should just be a pretty easy plant going down. ODU is probably wishing they had a Sky right about now, though. A few players pretty low. Would be nice to have that heal, but Jackson playing in a very forward position. His Aftershock's about to come up. I'll be curious to see if he wants to try and use that. Yeah, it looks like he is. That'll stall out even more time here. And perfect timing as well. He's going to get aggressive. The other 2 players are stunned. He's going to try and get away so he can get the reload off. He will drop, but Sauce is good for a 3rd on the round. And although Defect is low, it should not matter. Not very much time yet, and Breezy still with 100% HP as well. It's going to help close out that round. So very clean pistol from ODU. Well, the second round by, I'll be pretty surprised to see a double Marshall purchase here. Okay, it looks like... Oh, actually, they might stick it. Currently, Jackson with the Marshall as well as... Niche. Marshall, of course, is a very powerful weapon, especially on the second round buys. Defect already finds the opener. Niche follows up with a second. It's a great start. It looked like a bit of a mid push there from Fullsail, but it does not work out in their favor. And that tag onto the remaining player. Even going to flash just to make sure they could secure the kill. Great rounds out of ODU. Jackson with a 3K on the round. Just clean it up. And it's really important that ODU is able to keep all those guns up. Now they will basically be able to have a full bonus without having to invest any more economy, which is pretty nice. You know, a lot of times teams are willing to, to sort of sack this this third round in favor of keeping the economy healthy, so that way they can get a full buy up into the following one. And you never know. I mean, with how with how crisp the shots have been so far out from ODU, they could definitely come up with something crafty in this round to convert it to a win. Like we were mentioning, Marshall's in the right hands, very powerful weapon. And interesting. The drone's going to go in towards B. It looks like they might want to make a quick play towards, yeah, try and get a fast plant down. Smoke's going to bloom. And Defect's going to dash in and get the bomb down. He's even going to make it out alive. Wow, I'm very surprised by that. Oh, and Sauce, he's going to go looking and actually whiff shots there from Kaiser. So that is going to be the opening kill here for ODU. That dark cover, though. I don't think ODU is going to be able to deny this defuse. Oh, the shock dart comes in, but it's just a second too late. That was looking like a very promising round for them. Defect will fall in the back end of that round, but not a huge deal, as ODU will be upgrading their guns into this round. They might even keep maybe a Marshall and a Bulldog, Breezy with the Bulldog as well. It was a little bit unfortunate, but I don't think ODU's too upset about the outcome of that. They still were able to get that bomb plant down, which of course will award them some bonus credits here going into this round. So currently their economy feeling quite good, whereas you can see on the side of Fullsail, losing a couple players in that round, not all of them can buy up. A couple players down on just some pistols and armor. Just not where you want to be. Sauce is lurking his way up mid right here. The difficult part about walking your way onto the B site is that there's two angles that you have to clear. So it's really difficult to do by yourself. You're kind of taking a 50-50 and hoping that there's no one there to, trade. Oh, but the Omen Gummy gets a little impatient. He hops down. And that's a nice timing there by Sauce. That dart does give some good information, but ODU now also knows that there's at least the Sova on towards A link here. So it looks like they might just go to and commit for a bomb play, but Jackson out in the open. It was a bit strange. I think he maybe thought the smoke was still providing cover for him. But it does not, and Sauce going to walk his way through the smoke. And the duels are just being lost right now by ODU. Only 2 members up, both pretty hurt. Niche is on a big flank, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Oh, he whiffs the first. He gets a tag onto the second. Unfortunately, the spike is down in a spot where maybe Defect thinks he's not able to recover it. He is going to grab it now and work his way over towards C. It's going to be very close. He should have enough time to secure this plant, though. Oh, but wow, the Sova ultimate invested. That does seem like maybe a bit unnecessary. Of course, they don't really know how low the 2 remaining players from ODU were, so maybe that was just using that to secure the round. I don't hate it. I am more on the side of using your ultimates as opposed to holding on to them for the perfect situation, because oftentimes you'll never have the perfect situation. So it's better to get value out of them when you can and keep them cycling. Of course, while you're sitting on your ultimate, you can't work towards another one, so although that Sova ult maybe seemed a little bit unnecessary, it does at least allow the Sova to start working towards another one. He will definitely be able to get another one by the end of this half. ODU working their way up A short. Sauce, though, again, just takes a bit of a bad fight there. Not expecting the angle from Jay. And that's really unfortunate, too, because that's the Omen down for the side of ODU. So they now have only the jet smokes to try and get onto a site with. And we have seen ODU, this has been an issue that they've had throughout this whole season with their not allowing their duelists to work the map, having people like Sauce walk in and lose their life early on is going to hurt you a lot in terms of your utility. So we'll have to see if they're able to salvage this round. Now without those smokes, actually a bit of an early rotation here for Fullsail. Looks like they're expecting the rotation here from ODU. Possibly just because the hit does not come in for May. Flash in the back of the site. It's going to blind 2 players from ODU, and that's going to stall out the hit. Nice lurk here from Niche, but actually I think those footsteps might have been heard by the Omen, who is playing a lot, very patient this round. He's not going to make that same mistake twice, and I don't think Niche is going to clear it. But the spike is making its way on to C. And it's very much a patience game here for these 2 mid players. A little bit of damage from that shock dart, but nothing too crazy. Now, Breezy did use at least 1 shock dart to make sure that no one was pushing spawn during that spike plant. So that means he maximum only has 1 for this post plant. Not sure about the... Oh, he actually has no shock darts. He's going to be playing on the site. Gummy gets the first kill on the retake, and now Defect, feeling forced to take an aggressive angle, is going to go down. But they're not expecting Breezy, but Breezy's not expecting the second player from Garage. Now it's just Jackson, but I think he's done it. That ultimate's going to seal the round for ODU. No time now for Jay to get the defuse, and that's a great use of the ultimate there from Jackson. I did not even consider the fact that he could use his ultimate to deny the final defuse, so that's a great position for him to be playing. That's a great 3rd round for ODU to pick up. Currently, both teams sitting on an Omen ult, which can be a little bit difficult to find value out of sometimes. You know, often we'll see a bit. It can sort of be used as a bit of a fake, or in a fake play where you put pressure on one side of the map and then very quickly rotate to the other to get a plant down. But it can be a little bit difficult against more diligent teams that are keeping track of those ultimates. You can also just use it for a bit of an information play. And it looks like Saw's is going to send a smoke into heaven. Yeah, he's going to try and use it to figure out if anyone is playing up there. It is going to get shot, but I believe he got info on at least 2 players from Fullsail. Unfortunately, Defect dropping on the other side of the map. Or actually towards mid. So it must have been an aggressive peek there from Fullsail. Looks like the call here for ODU is to end towards A. Dark cover is going to come out, but no smoke for spawn. Great shot from Niche to open up the round, though. And they know Jays are going to be playing close to the smoke. I'm not sure if Sauce turned around to find him in time. And oh, it's a disaster. Jay finds 3. And now with only 20 seconds left in the round and Niche only at 45 HP. Jay's even hunting, and he's gonna find it, only needing 1 knife there to secure the kill onto Niche. And oh, it's such a disaster there for ODU. I would have thought that Sauce would have heard Jay walking in his smoke, even maybe seen him out of the corner of his eye as he walked back through, but just a bad timing there for ODU and a great timing for Jay. Picks up 3 on the round. Picks up 4 on the round. Great defense there out of Fullsail. And now ODU forced down onto a bit of a low buy here. Probably just gonna see some upgrade pistols. This is a great round for Defect to get the Blade Storm out. Might just see a bit of a quicker play towards C. The first kill is gonna happen, but Defect not expecting the close angle of Kaiser. He finds 2 before dropping. But actually ODU still in a pretty good position here to convert this round to a win. Jackson is very low, but they have recovered some weapons now. And if Niche wants, he could even pull out the Tour de Force. Would definitely be a lot more comfortable position to hold this long angle from. Yeah, and it looks like he's going to. Now, the main thing about this is that because they're investing the Tour de Force, I don't want to see a Sova ult invested. That is, you do not need to do that. Yeah, and Sova still with double shock dart, still has the recon, still has the Owl drone. Okay, but miscommunication here, I guess, from ODU because they are going to invest both anyways. And I won't lie, not a huge fan of that. They do at least pick up the round win, so that is good. But they did invest a lot into that round. Jay even going to get Niche on the back end of it. Luckily, I don't believe Niche was the one with the weapon, because I think he dropped it over. I believe he was just rocking the sniper from his ultimate, so... They do still save 2 guns over, I believe, 2 rifles. And they do get the round win, so that is important. But now, Fullsail with 2 ultimates of their own to respond. And the C push is definitely going to be a lot more difficult if this Chamber decides to use his ultimate to hold it down. I believe... Yeah, he is going to pop it. Oh, and actually that dog lets ODU know where that Skye is playing. Just going to desperately get across. Looks like Jackson considered flashing through that smoke for a second, but he is going to hold off for now. Recon Dart does get some info that there is a player playing at the back of B site. I'm a little bit surprised that use of the Omen utility. No peaks, I believe, came out off of it, so maybe they were just worried about a quicker B hit like ODU showed earlier on in this game. Using that Omen blind to maybe deter ODU from going for a fast hit onto that B site. But ODU seems pretty content with taking their time here. Not a ton of map control, although Sauce has already worked his way up towards A. And actually, that dart is going to go towards long. So it's not going to find any information. Smoke is going to come out. And the Sova has tucked himself into this corner. I actually like this a lot by Sauce. He delays that smoke just a second, so no rotations coming in yet. Are they going to clear the close corner? They do. And Sauce finds the kill, so this is now a free bomb site for ODU. Jackson's found on the lurk by Moncon, but not the biggest deal. It has slowed down this retake quite a bit, and already only 2 players up for Fullsail. I mean, this retake's looking pretty unwinnable. Sauce is pretty low. They almost find him, but I almost expect a save call to be coming in pretty soon here. Yeah, and it looks like they are going to try and back out. But I don't think ODU is going to let him. Yeah, and I almost would have liked just a quicker call there from Fullsail to just back up. I think you know there's no hope in that round with the limited utility that you have. One of the issues with having the Sova be the anchor on the A bomb site is you have really no utility to retake the site with a jet and a chamber, right? I mean, you do have maybe a smoke on the jet left, or maybe even both, but other than that, I mean, chamber does not provide a ton of, you know, utility to retake the site. He's more of a hybrid kind of duelist character where his abilities allow him to find, you know, kills as opposed to assist in clearing out positions or getting kills. So that definitely did not bode well for Fullsail. In that round, that beautiful owl drone is going to spot out Jay, and that's a great early pick to find if you're ODU. Jay has given ODU quite a bit of difficulty here when going towards this A site. And already Jackson at another breach will... That is great that he was able to get to that ult so quickly. And seems that I'm having a little bit of audio difficulty. Hopefully you guys are not experiencing that. Just a little bit of distortion there. I think you guys should be fine on the stream side. But please let us know in the chat if the audio is a little weird. But it looks like ODU should be good to close out this round. Although Kaiser does find one on the niche. But Sauce, good for a third and a fourth to close out that round. You know, that was a lot better play, I feel like, from ODU. It felt a lot more intentional. You know, a lot more well thought out, well crafted, as opposed to that previous round where it was a bit more on the fly. You know, Sauce walking up there, but this time he has the player to cover for him in case he gets swung as he gets that dark cover down. And I do like the extra couple seconds that he takes, right? He could have gotten those smokes out quicker, but that one smoke towards spawn or towards heaven, and then just the delay, just a few extra seconds delay that ODU takes, you know, still that makes Fullsail reconsider a quick rotation over to that A site because they're thinking, oh, maybe it's just a fake. You know, no other utility other than the one smoke has come out. There's no reason for us to full rotate over to that site. And then, of course, in the follow-up rounds, you know, that early pick onto Jay as well from the Aljon was just great. We're already seeing a quick move towards the C site, though, and already ODU taking control of Garage, and Sauce going to find the first kill onto Moncon. He had to teleport out of there very quickly off of at all. But neither Sauce nor Gummy has realized that each other is here, and this could be a disaster. Yeah, Gummy's going to spring. He's going to find the first kill into Sauce, and it looks like he's going to try and teleport out. I'm not sure why he jumped up onto the stairs to do that. He could have easily, you know, he would have been a lot safer to do it behind the stairs, because if that TP gets canceled, it is a bit of a disaster. But ODU not quick enough to strike. And only 30 seconds now for them to make something happen. We're going to see an Aftershock here out from Jackson into the into Garage. Just going to use that, or sorry, that was the Aftershock. He used the fault line initially to clear the close corner, and the Aftershock there to make sure that no one is able to peek from the window. The spike is going down on C. Defect on top. Oh, he's just a very unfortunate timing. The spike does go down, but now it is just one player remaining here for ODU. Just Niche. The end of C long. He has the operator, but surely a of approach to where it is possible if well executed. So it's not like some of the other sites that feel almost impossible, especially you know, before Icebox was reworked. That was definitely one of the things over towards that B site. If you were able to get that spike down, it felt really hard as the defense to try and retake it. But we are going to get underway with this pistol round. A little bit of early pressure out here from Fullsail. Breezy going to drop a couple of shock darts. Does find a bit of damage onto Kaiser, but looks like the push is going to be halted for now for Fullsail. Dart cover is going to fade, though, and now Jackson caught out. He is able to jump across, but Breezy goes down to Jay. Sky Heel going to top Jay back up. And Sauce does find that he does know the spike now is down in garage. So I think ODU is going to expect to play towards C or B. Just based on where this pressure is being mounted. And they do have to be a little bit careful now. That flash is going to come out from garage door, but they do not want to peek it. Very interesting after they invest the flash. I guess it's just because they did not get... the sky flash will tell you if someone gets blinded by it. So they did not get a ping off of that. So do not choose to swing. And it ends up working out for them great. Now just 2 players remaining here for ODU. Jackson under half HP right now. And honestly, it might feel a little silly, but I wouldn't even blame Defect for wanting to save the Sheriff over into the next round. You are most likely going to full save as ODU going to the next round, so Defect might just look for a free kill on the exit and then save the Sheriff. It looks like, actually, though, maybe they want to go. Jay, unfortunately, is going to get the kill onto Jackson, and Kaiser follows up onto Defect, so pretty clean rounds here for Fullsail on their pistol. And assuming that ODU goes for a full save here, which it looks like they probably will, this should just be a even game here for Fullsail 7-7. They should be able to clean up this round pretty easily. And yeah, we should just see 5 classics here out from ODU. They do not have the economy to reinvest into this round. Sauce might look for a bit of a cheeky lurk here, though, through the garage smoke. Looks like no one currently from Fullsail is watching for it. And a bit unfortunate there from Breezy. He could have definitely found some really good damage with those shock darts, but the delay from Fullsail. Sauce spots the barrel, but is shut down by Kaiser and Casper with a 3rd on the round. And only losing 1 member. Not too shabby here from Fullsail on their bonus round. Or sorry, not on their bonus, but on their 2nd round bye. Now going into their bonus, this will be the important one for ODU to win now that they have, or they should have, full utility and weaponry here. You know, Fullsail picking up this round, while it would be pretty miraculous, would also not be the greatest look for ODU. Dog coming out from Sky very early towards short A. Defect will shut it down pretty quickly, though, before it gets a lot of information, which is nice to see. A lot of teams prefer, will just try and hide from that kind of utility, but the longer that you hide from it, the more information it gets. I much prefer teammates to challenge it, a Sky Dog or an Owl Drone from a Sova early. And even if you get tagged, unless you're worried about a Sova following it up, it's definitely the way to go about it. But that pressure over towards A early on, a bit of a ruse here from Fullsail. They have transitioned over towards this garage hit, and they already have full control of garage. It looks like ODU has fallen back. Now just Niche playing in the back of the C site, but it looks like Moncon actually falling off here. So maybe another switch up from Fullsail. It looks like maybe they're not 100% sure about where they want to go. Oh, but this timing from Gummy. He whiffed the first couple of shots. Is he expecting the second? He does actually land 2, but not enough on the body shots to get the kill. So Jackson at least able to trade it back. But now it's just Breezy in the back of this site. Oh, the shots from him are a bit sloppy. He is at least able to find Kaiser before going down, but even Defect's not able to clean up the kill onto the Jet. Having to use his dash to get away. Okay, he is at least able to find the kill onto Jay. So now just a 2v3, but this is still very doable here for Fullsail, and you have to be a little bit nervous if you're ODU. You've already lost a lot of weaponry. You really can't afford to lose any more members here. Jackson is able to get the kill. Oh, he's got to be so careful, though. He is going to get swung by Casper. Niche does shut down Casper, though, and ODU should pick up the round. I believe they have plenty of time for this defuse. And they will recover the 2 rifles over. Okay, they're going to... Defect's going to pass that defuse over to Niche, just so he gets that extra point towards his ultimate. And it's really important that ODU picks up that round. It looks like they are going to have a few members forced down, though, onto some lesser weaponry here. Actually, looks like they're going to have 3 members, maybe. And this is what I was talking about, where it gets a little bit tricky. If you lose a lot of people on your 3rd round bye, you're going to have some issues when it comes to the reinvestment on the following round, because for Fullsail, it was just their bonus. You know, they weren't expecting to get a win out of that round. They just wanted to do as much damage as they could and get a bomb plant if they could, and they did that very easily. They got 3 kills and a bomb plant, which is great. It's a great result for them. You can see Sauce, I believe, dropped maybe a gun over. Right now, he's just sitting on a classic right now, which is not the greatest when you're going into full rifles. Not even Sauce, not even with armor. So he must have definitely dropped a weapon over so that his teammate could get full shields and armor. Or sorry, full shields and full utility. This is the calm before the storm right now. Niche by himself at the back of the C bomb site. Not sure what happened to that flash. Jackson's here, though, to help him, and this fault line could be massive from him if he times it right. He is, but no swing off of it. That could have been huge if they had someone ready to swing, and they are going to send the aftershock as well. Niche finds the first, gets swung. Niche actually pivoting very well, finds 2 before he goes down. So an even 2-for-2 trade here for ODU, but Gummy swinging very aggressively onto Spawn. Defect is going to fall. Now just Sauce and Breezy in this 2v3. That's going to stall it out even more. Both players from ODU getting hit by that Sky Ultimate. That should almost definitely seal this round out. Breezy's even going to get tagged. He's got to be a little careful. You can still get spammed through that smoke very easily. Flash from the Omen going to come out. Casper is going to find the kill onto Sauce. Now just Breezy, 1v2. Not going to expect a close angle onto Logs, and that'll be another round for Fullsail. So staying very close here, both teams. Neck and neck right now, 8 apiece. It's all about who can get to 13 first. And these next couple rounds are really going to be the make or break ones for either team here. You know, once you start getting down to these last couple rounds, economy is so important. And this is where early management of economy, if it's done proper, can really win. You can win games off the back of good management of economy, because it all snowballs. You know, it all adds up at the end of the game.
Scout destroyed.
We will have to see what the plan is in this round for ODU. But I believe they forced into that last round, so they should be on basically a full... Or actually, Defecto has a Vandal in his hands. It looks like maybe they do have the money to buy into this round. Was not 100% sure. I did not see what the economy is looking like for them. Jay with just a sheriff, but he is using the knives this round. Oh, and actually it looks like Niche on the tour de force maybe dropped a weapon over for his team, so they were able to afford a full buy in this round. A bit of an audible here from Fullsail. We have not seen them go towards B just yet, but Defect's in a great position. Got to be careful about shooting through the smoke. Great flick onto the second kill. And Jackson's able to pick up 2 as well before falling. Defect's still alive over towards this A link. Just 1 player remaining to find from Fullsail. Oh, the flick's not good enough, though, the second time. Oh, and ODU has to be careful, man. Moncon with 3, or Munkin with 3. On for the ace in this round. He's going to have to find the remaining 2. He's going to swing. Wow, jump across. That is very dangerous. And I think he's not too sure of what to do about this. And he's just going to slow peek Breezy, which I'm not a huge fan of. But ODU is going to find that round win, and that's an important one. It definitely was either team's round at that point. Definitely a difficult position for Munkin to be in, especially again as the chamber. You could see he wanted to try and maybe drop his teleporter down at his feet, and then you get to use the other one to get across, but it doesn't have the greatest range on the placement. So it probably would not have done a whole lot for him. It's not like the Omen TP or the Jet Dash where you can kind of just throw them mid-round. It's sort of a preset utility, which is why he's more of a sentinel. Great value, though, from Breezy for that owl drone. It's going to spot 2 over towards this A bomb site. The only issue, of course, with where he spots them is they're still pretty far back, so really non-committal positions here from Fullsail. It's not going to give a whole ton of information about where they want to end, especially since off the back of that, they could definitely do something with the fake here towards A after ODU spots those 2 players. But it looks like they're just going to fan out and make their way over towards
Cover going out.
the C site. Might just be a bit of a quick hit here from Fullsail, not revealing much. The only issue is, yeah, it looks like they want to send a bunch up C long here. This could come back to bite them if they don't have full control of this garage. I think if ODU retakes this garage position, it could be very difficult. But right now, they're just giving up all of garage, which I'm a bit surprised about. Niche, though, they're not expecting him in that position. He finds 2 before going down, but Jay able to recover the round for his team. Now at 2v2. Is still very winnable for either team here. Oh, and Sauce has to be so careful. He is going to teleport across to try and bait a bit of a response out here. The tag, though, from Breezy is going to at least let ODU know where one of these players is. Oh, the whiff shot from Monk on. Jay's going to swing, though, and get the trade. So now it's just Breezy in the 1v2. He baits, actually, the swing, though, from Jay. Oh, but a nice shot from Monk on, and he's really stepping it up in the second half. That was a huge clutch from him. It was played pretty well by Breezy, but at the end of the day, Monkin with the better shot. So that's going to be 9-9. It looks like we're going probably the distance here in this first map. This is, of course, a best of 3, so it is possible we will see 3 maps tonight. It just depends on how even these teams are. So far, looking like they're pretty evenly matched, at least on Haven. ODU going to be on a bit of a half by here. Defect did spot that cross, but Ott chooses not to take a shot. Defect is pretty lucky that no one was there to follow up on that stun from the dog. He is going to get away with his life. Right now, numbers favoring Fullsail. But ODU still with a fighting chance in this round. The only issue is great information gathering here from Fullsail. They are going to know that there's not a ton of defenders over towards the C side. They are just going to walk on and get the plants off for free. Niche in a bit of an unexpected position, though. He finds 1 before going down. The only issue is now Defect and Breezy, Marshall and Sheriff in hands. Defect does at least have full armor. If he's able to find a quick kill and recover a rifle, it's possible they can maybe make something happen here, but it's just such a difficult spot to be in. Actually, the no-scope from Defect does get a tag, but Jay in a great position to trade it out. And that's 3 on the round for him. He has looked really good so far in this game. Definitely had some high-impact rounds for his team. And I do like to see the Jets both having pretty big impact on these rounds. Defect has not been as as present in this game as we usually expect him, but still contributing nonetheless. He is actually going to have the operator in this round, so Niche not going to opt for that weapon. He's going to pass it off to Defect, see if he can get something going with it. Oh, and yeah, Defect expecting that dart, but oh, it's a bit awkward. Yeah, he's gonna have to dash away. He loses all of his shields there. He's gonna start looking towards short, but looks like Fullsail is not deterred at all by this operator. I think they want to just send it. Oh, and I think that gun was spotted. That barrel was spotted by Defect. You can see he's holding this cubby. And I believe Sky already using both their flashes as well. Defect's going to find the first, and he knows this guy is still here. So, yeah, you can see the remaining players from Fullsail. Oh, but that smoke from the Jet is going to get their Sky out. That's a great play from the teammate. And they are going to rotate out. But the only issue, of course, is that this is very televised. Niche is going to be expecting a very fast rotation. Actually, the smoke goes down towards spawn very early, so Niche is going to be here with Sauce. Sauce going to teleport in the back. This smoke is going to cause some issues though for Fullsail. It is going to slow them right down in only 30 seconds now. Defect picks up one towards the middle of the map. Gummy trying to lurk in towards Garage. And this round's a bit of a disaster right now for Fullsail. They really don't know what they want to do here. The trap's going to slow them. And the slow peek from Jay towards Defect. I don't know what is with all these slow peeks into operators. It's not going to go well for you. The ultimate is invested from Jax. I'm not sure it's 100% necessary, but it does make sure ODU closes out this round very cleanly, keeping 4 members alive. Pretty good result there from ODU. Yeah, the operator definitely paying off, passing it over to Defect. That will be recovered, although he was the one to fall. I'm sure they did pick up that operator. Yep, they're going to pass it back over to Defect, and Fullsail deciding now's the time for their timeout on this first map. So they will be discussing how they want to approach this next round. Sometimes we do see teams take timeouts just to sort of stem stem the bleeding or even cut some of the momentum of the other team. But both these teams have been very back and forth so far tonight. So you can definitely tell that this is the kind of timeout where you want to have a little bit of extra time to sort of formulate how you want to approach the upcoming rounds. Just because of the nature of these two teams, how evenly matched they are. It's been very back and forth. Right now, if we look at the scoreboard, we can see for the most part, money for ODU is solid. They're starting to build up a little bit of bank here. Sauce is a little bit low, but everyone other than him should be able to rebuy in the next round if any of them were to die. On the other side, though, for Fullsail, you can see pretty low. I think they will choose to go for an investment in this round, but gun will probably have to be dropped over from the Jet. She should look to probably pop her knives in this round. Okay, that is a very interesting choice. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't know why Jay would not just drop a rifle over. I believe he had the credits to do so, and then that way your teammate can get full shields as well as utility. So I'm not too sure about that. It looks like we are still, that is a bit of a spectator buzz. We are still, spectator bug. We are still in a pause. Had a bit of a tech issue, but it has been resolved. So this round is going to get underway. This time, bit of a shallow dart here from the side of Fullsail. I can appreciate that they're switching it up. Of course, Defect shooting that last one very early. Still forced him off the angle, though. So it still achieved its goal. But it looks like no one's going to give him the peek he wants. He might have to try and rotate that operator around like he was in the previous round to sort of find some success, find some early picks.
Here.
Jay right now hovering towards the middle of the map. Right now he's at stairs, looking to maybe try and get a bit of a lurk onto this B site. The aftershock is not bad from Jackson. It is going to slow them down, and actually... the fault line was good from Jackson. The aftershock was about to come in. I'm not sure if he got it off, or if he did, it might have been on the wrong side of the plant. It's a bit of a guessing game there, which is unfortunate. Defect is able to get the pick onto Gummy. And actually, the kills are falling left and right, or going left and right here for ODU. Now just Casper. He does have the Hunter's Fury, but I think he knows that you can't try and invest the Hunter's Fury in this round with 4 people still alive from ODU and so much time on the clock. So I can appreciate that he understands there's no reason to invest into that round with the current state. He would have at least had to find 1, I think, with the rifle, or 2 with the rifle. Then maybe he can use his shock darts to find another to deny the defuse and then look for the Hunter's Fury, but it's just so hard. So many players alive for ODU and so much time remaining on the clock. Definitely a good decision by him to not use that ultimate. So ODU will take the lead here. Momentum definitely swinging back in their favor a little bit. Fullsail should be on a bit of a half buy in this round, as they have lost the last couple of rounds in a row. Economy should not look great. You can see a couple sheriffs from them. Maybe a little bit of light utility. And actually, they've already worked their way up. Very close in garage. But Niche is good for 2. Gets a 3rd. Is just going to teleport out. It's a great position for him to be in. Sauce is going to find 1. Is he going to even... He even is going to shut down the planter as well. Wow. That's great from Sauce. Unfortunately, dies to his own team's shock dart. Bit awkward there, but... That is... that's sometimes just how the cookie crumbles. So that's going to be ODU on match point, and they've definitely pulled ahead here in this round. Fullsail should be on a buy. I believe if we check the money yet, we can see rifles across the board for them, and they should have enough for full utility as well. But only 1 ultimate to work with here, just the Sova ultimate, where ODU has 3. And you have to expect them to try and use them to close out this round, surely. I definitely expect Niche to see him pop his pretty much right away. Defect on the operator will hold it. Will hold his knives for now. Jiggle peek, very wise there from Jay. He should have spotted the defect, I think, on the operator. Defect opting not to take the shot there, was not ready for just the shoulder peek there. And I would like to see him maybe rotate the operator here. You know, after that spot by Jay, there's no way they're just going to dry peek the operator again. I really don't think it would hurt. Sauce going to use the blind from Omen to retake garage control. And this is a lot of information right now that ODU has. They should know that the hit's going to come in towards A or possibly C long, but I think they're spotting C long, so I think you have to expect it's A at this point. Jay does get tagged and gets lit up a little bit, was able to cross to the site relatively unscathed. Kaiser's able to get the opener onto Jackson. That is unfortunate. He could have possibly used that aftershock to stall out the plant, but Breezy with the double shock. That is going to deny the plant. So now 30 seconds. Jay has to make his way back across to the site to get this plant down. He is finally going to get it down. 4v3 advantage in this retake here. Oh, and a great Omen flank. Gummy. That's surely going to secure the round here for Fullsail. Even holding for that final player, they know Breezy's up here in heaven. He's got to move somewhere. If he stays here, he'll just die to the bomb. But it is a bit of a difficult fight to take. He can maybe just try and seal in players, but wow, great shots from Munkin there to close out that round through the wall. Finds the head of Breezy, and that's going to be an 11th here for Fullsail. So this is the final round of regulation time here. Looks like ODU is going to use their timeout. I believe that is an ODU timeout. It is. This is the round to do it. This is the last round. Of course, if Fullsail is able to win, they will push us to an overtime. I'm not actually sure how the timeouts work for overtimes. Like, I'm not sure if it's 1 timeout per map or if you get an extra one during overtime. Not exactly sure how the rules work in that regard, but either way, I think this is as good of a time as ever to take a timeout if you're ODU. And a bit unfortunate that result of that previous round. They did invest 2 of their ultimates, whereas the Sova for Fullsail held on to his. Not only that, but the Omen was able to pick up his ultimate as well. So now a 2-1 ultimate lead here for Fullsail. And you cannot hold on to your ultimates like into overtime. So even if Fullsail, is obviously playing to push this game to overtime, all your ultimates like reset to to half in the overtime. So everyone will have either 3 or 4 points towards their ultimate at the end of this round, depending on how many they need total for their ultimate. And okay, looks like an aggressive play from ODU towards mid, and I like this a lot. This is a switch up, but Fullsail is ready for it. They hold very passive at the beginning of the round, and I do like the call from ODU, but the only issue with it is Fullsail has done this pretty much every round. Now, Breezy has made his way into window, and if he goes unchecked here, he could come up with a huge flank if he finds a great timing, but problem is his chamber is looking, or he is being a little bit cautious, although Breezy might have found the perfect timing here. Not sure if there was a chamber trap to spot him out. It looks like he's clearing it out, but Already a pretty full rotation coming in for ODU. Spike will get planted, and now it's on. 4v5 retake. The only issue now, yeah, you can see Breezy gave it up. He headed back towards B side. Is going to just retake from that A link with the rest of his team. You know, the flank, it is important, but it's hard to happen after the spike's been down. You know, the attacking team is going to be cautious of you know, watching for those flanks. Sauce, a great shot into the first. Effect trades onto the second. This is still doable here for ODU. They are going to tap the bomb. Defect's going to walk through the smoke, though, and that, yeah, that Sova ult surely is going to seal the deal. Gummy just swings through the smoke and cleans it up before the Sova even has a chance for that second tag, and that's going to be overtime on this first map for both these teams. And I think you could have probably called that from the beginning of this game. Both teams have looked very even so far in this game. Both teams having 7-5 halves on their attacking sides. So I expect to see, hopefully, this overtime. Of course, with Valorant, unlimited overtime. So it's basically just whoever can win 2 rounds in a row. Whoever can win an attack and a defense back-to-back. We'll take this map 1 home. And with how even both these teams have been, I mean, it really could happen at any point here. Flash going to come through, and they clear that close left corner. It's a great play from ODU. They have full garage control, and now just Munkin here on the C site by himself. You can see the rotation coming in very quickly from Fullsail, but it looks like the hit's been called off by ODU. You can see them starting to... Oh, and Gummy's found a great lurk timing. He's only good for 1, but he has the info for his team. I'm now curious if ODU is going to continue to head towards C or if they want to try and look towards B. Defect, great shot onto Casper. And now these remaining 2 players from Fullsail, not really too sure what to do. Jackson going to get a nice flash onto Munkin, and he was forced back towards the spawn position. Smoked off now as well. Spike will go down, essentially for free. Great post plant setup as well for ODU. Would have liked to maybe see the Sova towards C long instead of Defect, but not the biggest deal.
Here.
Now, hopefully someone is here ready to trade, swing and trade Breezy. Jackson is. Great positioning from the ODU members, and they keep 4 up. It's a good attacking round from them, but are they going to be able to convert this defensive round into a victory? Jackson teasing that Odin a little bit there. He has been known to pick up that weapon occasionally on this map. There are a few wall bangs that you can do with the weapon that are pretty spicy. A lot of teams are not ready for them. You don't see them too often. But he is going to swap back over to the Phantom, which is what I expect. He will stick. Yeah, looks like he is. As the buy phase comes to an end. Alrighty. Fullsail, very spread out again. Playing this attacking side very passive. Bit of a delayed aggression might definitely... Oh, but unfortunately that dog from Kaiser very well placed. Breezy is going to fall down early. You can see a rotation coming out from ODU a little bit here. But I think Sauce knows that it's just 1 player. You know, he hasn't heard any footsteps. Did not call for the rotation from ODU. So just Jackson now over towards that A site. Just making sure that the remaining players are not lurking up, and Defect may have found a great timing here onto mid. Oh, he spots the Sova. Is he expecting the second? He is onto the chamber. Unfortunately, just barely misses the shots, and on the C site, Gummy gets a great entry. You know, Gummy has definitely come alive in the second map. Or sorry, in the second half. And in this overtime as well. ODU does have the means to retake, though. They do have the utility. Already, the Omen blind coming in. Smoke going towards C long. Defect, 2 great kills. Finds a third. Just 1 remaining, and Sauce is able to pick it up. So a great 3v4 retake from ODU. That's going to be map 1 going to them. What a incredible way to end out that map. I was not expecting, although they did have great, enough utility to retake with. 3v4 is still a difficult position to battle back from. But we are going to send it to a short break, and when we return, we will have map 2, so don't go anywhere. All right, and we are back with map number 2, which is going to be Bind. I do expect that this is Fullsail's pick, as ODU hasn't played a ton of this map this season. They did, again, similarly to how they played Icebox and Ascent a lot at the beginning. They have been playing more Bind and Haven the latter half of the season, so it is possible, of course. Currently 3 players from ODU hovering Jet. Of course, we will not have all 3 of them on Jet. It's not possible. Do expect Defect to be on that if they do have one, but it looks like Defect hovering the Raze right now. Would not be super surprised to see this out of him. Raze, very strong pick on this map, and interestingly, we do see the Viper already locked in from Jackson. So I do like Viper a lot on this map. Definitely some creative setups you can do with her utility. Also, her ultimate is very, very strong at holding down both of these sites. Very powerful on defense. And paired with Sauce's Brim, he is a bit of a Brim enjoyer. And actually Gummy on the Brim as well. Only difference, though, being here, this Fullsail composition, only one controller. They are deciding to go for the double initiator here. They have the Sova and the Sky. Whereas we'll see ODU with just the sole initiator, just the Sova. So no flashes really for them at all. And I won't lie, I'm a bit surprised to see the Chamber here. I mean, I do like Chamber. He is a powerful agent in the right hands, but is lacking a bit in the utility department. You know, he is considered a Sentinel, but oftentimes plays a lot more like a duelist. So we'll have to definitely make sure to watch both of these Chamber players on either team. See if they can get the value that is intended when Chamber is brought.
That works.
Looks like Niche currently setting up his utility over towards this B site, so I do expect him to play over towards this side. Something that is very nice about Chamber on this map over on that B side is you can, it looks like not in this, Niche is not choosing to do it in this round, but you can play very aggressive towards that Gardens position and peek towards B long and then teleport out relatively safely with his anchor. Alrighty though, Sauce taking some early contact, is going to drop a smoke and a Molotov. He is expecting a bit of a faster play, and he would be right. The Molotov is going to delay that push short. Already using another one of these smokes, so already a lot of utility invested here from ODU. Fullsail can, yeah, just delay their own smokes by just a little bit and then wait for ODU's utility to dry up. Then go for this hit. We are going to see the Boombot coming in here. That is going to alert Fullsail to Sauce still being fairly close in this U-Haul position. Gummy going to drop his 3rd smoke on the round, I believe, and oh, retake, though, very quick from Breezy. He finds 3. It's a huge play from him. Don't think he spotted Casper towards the Showers position. Actually, Kaiser getting very aggressive is going to pay off. Oh, and a great shot from Casper. Now just Niche in the 1v2. One bullet, though, anywhere will kill the Sky. She is very low. Does not need to find a headshot. Just needs to find a good body shot. He is going to tap the bomb. He finds the first. Oh, but a crazy swing from Kaiser. So Breezy, although he starts off that round with a very swift 3K, the Sky of Fullsail bringing it right back in their favor. Picks up 3 of his own. And what a couple of incredible shots there at the end to close out that round. Bit unfortunate there for ODU, but you can't be too discouraged with how close that round was. Do expect to see them again on a full save in this round. It's pretty standard for most teams to go for the full save, just because if you try and force in this round, your economy is going to be pretty bad. Going to see an aggressive dart here from Breezy. He is going to use that to secure orb control, so I do like that a lot. That is a great way to use these rounds where you feel like you probably don't have a whole lot of chances with the weaponry. Jackson is playing very aggressive in his own smoke towards Hookah, which is pretty good, but That nade, I think, yeah, gonna bring Niche very low in combination with that boom bot. You can see 4 members here from ODU, so they have gambled on the right side, and actually a great flank from Defect. He gets the first. Oh, it's so unfortunate that the gun falls so far away, but somehow he's able to find a second with the classic. And it's all going wrong here for Fullsail. They're going to try and salvage what little they have. They're going to come back over towards A, but Breezy in a great position. He's going to find the first, and even though he falls down, he has all the information now for his team. You can see Niche already is rotated over here. And one player from Fullsail going to have to stick this plant as well. That's going to give Niche an opportunity to take a fight. He's going to creep out. He's not quite going to see Munkin, and actually he's going to fall down, so it's still doable here for Fullsail. It would be a disaster for them to lose this round. They are starting to stabilize a little bit. Now it's 2v2. And unfortunately, it looks like these players on ODU were not able to recover the rifles. Jackson's going to go in. Sauce now with the Spectre. He's going to try, but no dice for him. And oh, it was looking so promising there from ODU. I feel like maybe if they had just been a bit more patient and retaken that site together, you know, waited for all the players to be there, they had plenty of time still. Would have definitely been nice for them to get that that second round conversion off of a very light buy. But they're, you know, even still, they are able to do some good damage to Fullsail, and that is going to force a couple of these Fullsail members to have to rebuy into this round, which is going to hurt their economy in the following. Especially, well, assuming that ODU is able, of course, to pick up this round. Main thing that I want to see from ODU here is not taking any unnecessary risks. You definitely want to try and keep as many members alive as possible. Jackson choosing to fall off. I do like this play. You don't want to, you know, make your moves too televised here. If you're ODU, Jackson had been playing very close in that position. Spawn smoke going to come out. Sky ult's invested. This is actually a great hit here from Fullsail. Those deep smokes are going to allow that Sky ultimate to get a lot of value. Spike is going to go down. So far, Fullsail not even losing a single member. Sauce does finally burn Gummy down with the Molotov, and Defect is able to get one in kind. So now a 3v3 for this retake. Jay, great swing though onto Spawn. He has 3 on the round right now. And Defect down at 20 HP. That nade's going to clear out the Cubby position, but it's such a difficult spot here for ODU. The flash is going to come in, just used to sort of stall out these positions. Niche, though, finds the first, but now a 1v1. He's got to find the last one. He's going to jump up, but the shots are whiffed. And, oh, that's a disaster for ODU. The third round, bonus round for Fullsail is going to end up in a victory for them. And now ODU, the money is broken. And all that hard work that was done on that second round, full save, is all been undone. Now, basically a full upgrade for all of these players for, or not a free upgrade, but it does not hurt them to get full rifles here, full buy for Fullsail. ODU forced down now onto just a couple of pistols. Gonna see an aggressive look, and actually Defect gets the opener on the round. It's a good start for ODU. Looks like they might just opt to fall back off of that pick. Gonna send a boombot towards that market position. Should have clear out a lot of it, not really find anyone. Jackson, though, he sneaked his way up in such a great spot. He's gonna hear the shots from Gummy, but is not gonna choose to pounce. And I think if you're ODU, you might want to try and take some risks in this round. If you just hold in this position for too long, might be too late. Defect has already been brought very low. We might even see him try and invest his ultimate in this round. I wouldn't be that surprised. The only issue is, of course, he is very low. Oh, but they're not going to clear the coast corner. That's a disaster. Sauce is able to find 2 before finally going down, and this is definitely a winnable round here for ODU. Jackson on the flank as well from Market. Looks like the teleport was taken, though, and they could have found a nice timing here. Oh, great shot from Niche. This round should be all but secured for ODU. It's going to take some heroics out of Gummy. He's able to pick up 2 before finally dropping to Breezy. And actually, both players from ODU were very, very low. It could have definitely been possible for Gummy there, but a good trade from Breezy. Going to close out that round, and that's a much-needed round from ODU, considering that they were not able to win their full buy into the bonus of Fullsail. So that light buy conversion is definitely going to get them back on their feet here. Picking up their first on the second map. And actually the investment, you know, that's something that we have to mention, is that ODU, although they did drop the first 3 rounds, they didn't go down quietly. You know, definitely hurting Fullsail's economy every step of the way, and you can see now they're forced down onto you know, a bit of a awkward buy here. A couple players, it looked like we had one on a Bulldog, a couple players on upgraded pistols, but already Jay, great opener onto Niche, and that might just be Fullsail pulling the trigger here, sending it out towards B. Just Jackson by himself in this position to defend. Rotations are coming in now from ODU, but they might be too late. The ultimate is really good, and Jackson knows there's nothing he can do here. Counter Brimstone ultimate from Sauce is going to find one onto Kaiser, so the spike has not gone down yet, but you have to imagine the Brimstone should be getting it down any second now. Pretty good flank from Defect, but he's going to have to come up huge in this round. Casper a little bit low on HP. Position is revealed. Oh, and you can see Sauce wants the wall bang. Looks like he's not quite going to be able to find it. Actually, he does. He does find it through the wall. Great shots from Sauce. Now at 3v3, it's very doable for ODU. Defect decided to come through the hookah position instead of the long flank. He is going to find the pick onto Jay. But wow, great shot from Gummy. Somehow is able to win that fight with the Bulldog. He is brought very low. First kill, though, by Sauce. Does he know? He doesn't know where Gummy's positioned, though. And it looks like he's going to hop on. And I think this is just going to be, yeah, Gummy, well played by him. I think Sauce did not have a whole ton of time there. And I think he was going to try and get it to half. Or maybe at that point he had to stick it all the way. Again, I apologize. I do not have the audio, so I'm not 100% sure where the timer was on the bomb. But yeah, that was really well played by Gummy. Somehow he wins that fight onto Defect. He had no business winning that gunfight. And then plays it perfectly at the end. Just has to make sure he stays alive as long as possible, so that it is mathematically impossible for Sauce to get the defuse on the bomb. Just not enough time. So ODU now going to be forced back down onto this lighter buy. Sauce looking to get a little spicy with it. Does not choose to come through the smoke, though. He is going to re-smoke this hookah position. And you can see Fullsail members a little bit hesitant to try and push through here. The Molotov is going to come out, but that shouldn't touch Sauce at all. He does have to be careful. This smoke is about to drop. He is going to deploy another one just in time before his fades. So he is delaying a lot of time here, and Fullsail is not interested. A bit unfortunate, though, by Sauce. I'm surprised it took that long for him to decide to do that, but the Boombot deployed through the smoke is going to spot Sauce and take him out. Sauce desperately trying to take one with him before going down, but it's just not going to happen. And again, just another pretty easy spike plant here for... Oh, but Defect, very quick on the flank. 3 members from ODU coming through the teleporter. That shock dart into the back of the site should have gotten some decent damage off it. Looks like it didn't, though. And Defect, blast pack straight into the middle of the site. Almost finds 2 kills. Bit unfortunate, just not quite enough damage to finish off either of those 2 players. And great kills from Fullsail. They're going to close it out. So that definitely something brewing there for ODU. They had every opportunity in that round. Just execution was not quite there. And if you're ODU, you probably want to start thinking about, maybe not in this round, but in the following round, taking a time out here. You got to start picking up some of these rounds on defense. You know, Bind also typically a little bit more attacker-sided, but even still. Okay, Jackson deploying this Viper ultimate very aggressively towards short. This should lock down this entire position here for ODU, but Defect taking a bit of a rough fight early on. He is able to get out with his life with a kill, but brought very, very low. And a good nade from him in towards the Showers position is going to find a bit of chip damage onto Munkin. And Jackson moving his way very aggressively up in the smoke. Wow. Does have to be so careful. Wow, he's going to look for the timing on the reload, but another player there from Fullsail going to catch him off guard, and all of a sudden, this round is falling apart here for ODU. They did lose Breezy as well, who is the only player other than Jackson with the ultimate available, and with Defect being brought so low early on in the rounds, you have to imagine he's not going to be able to find another kill. Surely not. Also, Niche with the operator in hands, not the easiest weapon to retake with. You can see Defect doing his best to hold this player at bay, but Jay finds one. Munkin following up with the second, and now Niche by himself. I think he didn't realize that he still had that anchor in towards spawn, so he should be able to get out with his life and the operator, but sixth round here for Fullsail, and they still have so many on the half. Oh, and Niche is full blind. I'm not sure why he didn't unscope and try and run there. He just slowly, strafed across. Maybe he thought he was safe, but that is a disaster for ODU. And I'm not even sure this timeout is coming in, but if we take a look at their economy, I believe we should be able to look maybe at the scoreboard during the timeout. Maybe not. Not 100% sure. Maybe production. Can we take a look at the scoreboard? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, so you can see, even though this timeout coming in here from ODU, they do not have economy to have a full buy on this round. So this might just be a little bit of a breather here for ODU. Help them reset mentally. Jackson definitely having a rough go in this game. Currently 0-7. He does have 1 assist, though, so he is not 007. So at least he's got that going for him. But yeah, he's definitely having a rough time. Definitely need to try and get him online in this game. And Viper is an operator. He's not typically on the controllers, but on this map, they do like to. ODU does like to try and run 2 controllers. So Jackson typically is the one to opt onto this Viper, and it's definitely something to consider. He has to play a little bit more passive, not as aggressive as he normally likes to play. Looks like Niche, again, wants to look aggressive towards his position. The slow peek might favor him. I believe he was able to get a tag. No, actually, he wasn't. And Jackson already brought very low, and it's going to go down. So, again, just no luck for him. 2 players in the back of the site, but the Hellfire is great from the opposing Brimstone. Sauce is able to get out with his life, but is he able to find a nice timing here? They might expect this position to be clear. Oh, but they spot him. Oh, and that's so unfortunate there for Sauce. I thought that maybe he might go unchecked.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and you can see already this round is over for ODU. I mean, with 2 marshals, you might as well. I mean, you don't have to save them because you're going to have a full buy going to the next round, I would assume. But it just feels so bad if you're them. You're going to drop down to 7th round, and the best you can get at this point is 5 on the half. And you really do need to try and get at least a few of those. Breezy is going to fall. At least 1 kill goes the way of Defect. They might just try and do maximum damage here to Fullsail, although I don't imagine their economy is hurting too bad. Casper will find the final kill onto Defect, and 3 players from Fullsail are going to stay up. I mean, I would imagine if we look at their economy that it's probably pretty, they're probably not hurting at all for it. They can get the necessary rebuys, even if they do lose a few players here and there on a rounds, just because of the bank that they've been able to build up with this lead. But yeah, it's looking a bit rough for ODU. They do at least have the map advantage, so if they do lose this bind map, which we do believe is the enemy's map pick,
Right here.
we will go to a decider. Unfortunately, that spray from Sauce going to be punished. Nice shots from Munkin through the smoke, and Breezy's caught in a really rough position as well. Fullsail players already making their way into U-Haul, and ODU with just no answers right now. Doesn't matter which site Fullsail players make their way towards. Defect not ready for that swing from Jay either, and it's just falling apart here for ODU. I think very soon we're going to be in the territory where if you're ODU, you kind of just have to be sort of already thinking about the next map. I mean, they're not quite at that territory yet. If they are able to pick up at least 4 rounds on this defensive half, it's still definitely doable, but I'm not a big believer of the 9-3 curse. I know some people are. Maybe ODU, maybe this ODU squad is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you got to try and at least get 4 in this half to feel comfortable. I mean, 3, I guess, is still possible, but it's very, very difficult. And if you only get 2, I mean, you, like I said, 2 or 1 or 0, you're already looking at next map. Because at that point, you make one mistake on your offense, and it's basically done and dusted. So while ODU was definitely looking pretty even with Fullsail on Haven, seems that Fullsail has the better of them in this bind matchup. Jackson again. Gonna have the shorty out. He walks through the wall smoke. Oh, he's gonna get the reload off. Gets one more shot onto Munkin before he finally goes down. That Hellfire gonna force Defect back, and yeah, this is definitely one of those things. We are gonna see, I believe Sauce invested his ultimate there. I'm not sure if he was able to find any value with it. Or that could be a spectator bug. Maybe he canceled it. I'm not 100% sure. Looks like he wasn't even able to get any tags or stop a defuse. Breezy does have a nice flank, but he's going to whiff the shots. Gummy's going to shut him down. Flash is going to come in. And yeah, this round is all but over. Sauce is at least going to take Jay with him. But yeah. It's a 9th round for Fullsail, and they've looked really, really strong on this binds map. You know, their attacks have all looked very well coordinated, put together. And they've even had a couple of closer rounds that they've been managed to clutch up and close out against ODU. So very impressive stuff out of them. So far, the only round that ODU's been able to pick up was actually off that half buy where they just had a couple of upgraded pistols, and it was a bit more crafty of them on their defense, and maybe we just need to see more stuff like that out of them. I think right now they're trying to play a little bit too safe. They're playing a little bit too default. And Fullsail is has plenty of practice against that. They're just running all over them. I think if you're ODU, you need to try and shake some things up. You know, you can't fall into this habit of just sitting back with your utility and hoping that Fullsail doesn't know how to deal with it. This time Defect gonna play very close. Dropping that nade will slow down the push a little bit here from Fullsail. Munkin taking quite a bit of damage early on here. And Breezy does find the opener onto Gummy. That's a big kill to find. Defect is able to get a second onto Casper. 2 players as well, low from Fullsail. Jackson's able to get a 3rd. And this round surely has to go the way of ODU. Jay's able to get the kill onto Sauce. But he is incredibly low. Actually, is going to be healed back up to 100 HP by the Sky. So now 2v4 here for Fullsail. Oh, and they find a nice kill into Defect. This could go wrong for ODU. We had a rotation start to go back towards A. Breezy is at least able to get the kill into J as he tries to jump out of hookah. So now 1v3. And that's a great recon dart from Breezy. He's not... Oh. Kaiser slipped his way, though, into 2, and he gets a great kill. He should have enough time to get this bomb plant off. And the remaining 2 players from ODU, they do know where he is, but the flash comes out. Niche, though. Great pinch from behind. It's going to swing. Nice timing there. Great teamwork from those remaining 2 ODU players to close it out. And those are the kind of kills you definitely need, or those are the kinds of rounds you definitely need to be picking up if you're ODU. It started out very strong and got a little bit scary there towards the end, but they are able to convert it. They're able to close it out. And this is the last round for these teams on both sides. So ODU really needs to try and pick up a third here.
I need to blow something up.
I think it's going to be looking pretty rough for them if they are unable to, unless their attacking side is just leagues above their defensive side. And this is what I was talking about. I like that a lot by Defect. It's an aggressive peek. He knows that this raise has been going for those early boom bots to clear out that close hookah position. He's not quite able to get the kill, but he does get some early chip damage. That raise is going to be without shields now for the rest of the round. Although she was able to get healed back up to 100 HP by the Sky.
Launching smoke.
Now, I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen Niche pop the Chamber Ultimate yet. This is the final round of the half, so there's not really any reason for him to not pop that. Nice shot, though, from Defect. Is able to shut down the opposing Chamber, who had his tour de force out. And Jackson still holding that close angle on Garden. Sauce actually dropping the stim and spawn to give, I guess, the movement speed for a quicker rotate. And he is able to get the kill onto Jay. That's an important find from him, but he is going to get too aggressive, I feel like. Not waiting for the rest of his team. That Owl drone has great value, though, from Breezy. He is going to spot the remaining two players, and Jackson already on this flank. Bit of whiff shots from him, but now Defect should easy get the cleanup here. Finds the remaining two. Huge 3K out of him on that round, and that's going to be ODU's third. Like I said, a very much needed round here for ODU to have a chance going on to their attacking side. Jackson was able to find his first kill as well, I believe, in the previous round. Sometimes you just need to get that first, sort of get the ball rolling, find your way back into this map. Defect looking very strong on this map as well. We didn't mention that his Haven performance not up to the usual snuff that we expect out of him on the Jet, but he is definitely holding the team together right now, sitting up there at 15-10. It's definitely a big reason why they were able to get these 3 rounds on their defensive side, and we'll definitely have to continue to do work going into this attacking side as we work our way onto the first round. Looks like majority of ODU working their way over towards this A site, but I do like this presence in hookah. Defect is going to get the first kill, and actually, yeah, I'm not sure if they want to actually hit towards B, but they are going to at least delay this A hit a little bit, make Fullsail reconsider their positions. But oh, this is such a dirty angle from Kaiser, but he's gonna get, actually he gets the, wow, okay, it does result in the kill. I don't think Defect can ever expect that position from him, but I'm surprised that he chose to peek out at that time. Could have definitely gone poorly for him, but it nets him the kill onto Defect. So now 1-for-1 trade, both teams 4 members up, and ODU's forces split pretty wide across the map here. Jackson's going to go for a teleporter dive here, so that almost confirms for certain that this hit's coming in towards B. We can already see an early rotation from the brim of Fullsail, and Sauce, he's got to win this fight. The movement is great, but the shots are not. He takes almost no damage at all in that trade, and Breezy finds a second onto Gummy. So this site is open for business now for ODU. They should be able to get the spike down pretty easily, even with that scan coming in. Breezy drops pretty low, which should not be a huge issue. Actually, he does fall to the shock dart, and Jay finds a second onto Jackson, so now a 2v2. ODU needs to get this pistol round. With how far they are behind, Blast Pack not going to get the kill for Jay, but Casper is there for the trade, and now 1v1. Niche just needs to be patient here. Casper not on the spike. He is tapping it. But yeah, Niche, he can just wait. He just has to force him off of the spike. And that teleporter saves him just in time. Casper does get the kill, but he doesn't have the time. Well played by Niche. Casper's just going to go down with the spike there. He doesn't even have time to run away. That is a huge, huge pistol round from ODU. That is probably the single-handed most important round of this entire map. If ODU wants a chance going into this round. And looked like Jackson had a judge in his hands. I'll be pretty surprised if he sticks that. Usually we don't really see judges on attack unless it's like a raise or a jet, something that an agent that has a bit of movement ability to close the gap. We have seen a couple, definitely, I believe there's a player over in the APAC region. It's very famous for those attacker judge plays, but we aren't going to see the judge out from ODU. Very quick move onto the A site. That recon dart is going to get some good information. Hopefully Sauce is able to get this spike down without taking too much damage, but Casper and Munkin each find one. ODU cannot lose this round. This is, you know, if the pistol round was the most important, this is the second most important. Okay, Munkin goes a little bit early on that swing, and Casper as well tries to follow up. Defect holding this position. Jay, though, gets a nice shot onto him. But ODU still in a decent spot here. It is a 2v2, but the weaponry and the HP vastly favoring ODU here. But somehow Sauce loses the fight. And they even have info about where Niche is. He's able to teleport away, but now he's very far. And I think this round is just going to go. It is. It's just going to go. It's just going to go to Fullsail. What an incredible round out of them, but I mean, you have to think that ODU misplays there. I mean, why? It's almost like they each are being isolated and picked off one by one. No reason, especially once the spike goes down. I don't know why they're looking to make such aggressive plays on the you know, onto the site. Now I can understand wanting to clear out U-Haul, but go together, man. Why are they each going into U-Haul one by one, and then Sauce by himself, you know, tries to salvage the round and just, I guess, whiffs his shots? So a thrifty round there out of Fullsail, and that's going to really hurt ODU. They're going to have to pull out another miracle with a you know, a thrifty of their own or something here, because this round is almost guaranteed for Fullsail, just as the previous should have been for ODU. Niche is going to have to hit some killer shots here. Otherwise, ODU is going to be out of luck, and that jiggle from Munkin, even that smoke from the enemy Brim. Defect's going to get caught out by a flash. And this is a great position for the Sky to play. Sauce tries to jump out and pinch towards that garden position. Niche, great shot through the smoke. So ODU is going to fight into this. And actually, I wonder if he heard the Sky. I think he did. Takes a bit of a half-hearted shot through the smoke, hoping to hit. Does not. Kaiser swings on him, and it's going to go down. Yeah, not too sure about that that Viper's Bite there from Jackson. By the time it pops, I mean, you know he's going to be able to swing you. So only one kill there for ODU on their full save rounds. And yeah, it's definitely looking dire for them at this point. They pretty much need to string all their rounds together now on attack. They are at least on a full buy. They do have the Hellfire ultimate to work with here from Brimstone. Looks like Jackson has a bit of a lineup here. Where this Fiber Smoke, I imagine that goes towards Heaven. Oh, wow. It's a running throw. A jumping, running throw. Not sure if that landed. Defect's going to work his way very quickly, though. And Jackson, with the Viper's Bite in his hand, runs out into the open. He is going to fall down, which means that no more Viper Smokes. Luckily, Sauce has two of his own. Is going to drop them for some cover. But that smoke on a shower signals to me that Fullsail wants to try and go for this retake very quickly. Looks like they are going to slow it down, though. They don't really have anyone on the flank. All three remaining players from Fullsail are going to be hitting from the defender spawn. And Defect, oh, he's going to try and lurk through the smoke, and it's all going wrong for ODU. 2 kills go the way of Fullsail. And that Sky ultimate is going to give so much valuable information. I mean, Niche knows at this point there's nothing he can do. Just going to save the rifle, and this is what I was talking about, man. I mean, it's so hard as the chamber, right, in these positions, because you really don't have any post-plant utility. You know, you might be able to watch the flank, but if you're not finding these, you know, these aggressive duels, if you're not winning these, you know, finding this value with these abilities on your lighter buy rounds, it just doesn't feel worth it. I mean, I know that Fullsail has a chamber as well, but even their chamber, I feel like, has not. I mean, maybe we can take a look at the scoreboard and see if he's been able to have a lot of impact. I'm honestly not 100% sure, but yeah, no, even Munkin not having the most impact either in this game. So it just feels like, you know, that it could be much better. Although, as I say that, gets a great peek from Garden. Down towards B long. Defect's going to hold it. That's pretty aggressive. The jiggle, though, is going to bait the shot from Munkin. Not going to find any damage onto Defect. And actually, just going to swing. But Sauce, he's going to take matters into his own hands. Going to jump out with Breezy of Hookah. Not sure why that nade was thrown. They had already cleared the back of sight. And that smoke going down is going to allow Sauce to get across to get this spike down. So this is a winnable round here for ODU.
Spike planted.
You know, with the Sky gone as well, something else they could have looked at doing is putting a very aggressive smoke down towards this defender spawn and then wrapping on Munkin. Because him in this position is very deadly. He's already found one on Defect, and he's got the tour de force out. He's going to whiff the shot,
Enemy remaining.
but Jay gets 2 of his own, and now a 1v2. And with that reload, I mean, they know where Sauce is. The nade's going to find some great damage. He finds the first kill, though. But Jay's just sticking it. And I don't think Sauce is going to make it in time. And that's just going to be map 2. Very swift map 2 going the way of Fullsail. 13-4. Absolute statement from them. We are going to go to a quick break, but when we are back, map 3, do not go anywhere. And welcome back. Looks like map number 3 is going to be split, which I am definitely interested to see. I've not seen a whole ton of split recently, especially out of our ODU boys. Typically, I think it is a map that they prefer to ban, or maybe just not a super popular map, so we don't see it played a ton, but we are going to go to it for this decider. And it'll be interesting to see what Breezy is on, because he is typically the Sova player for the squad, but Split is pretty much the only map where Sova is not really an agent that is played much. So do expect to see actually Jackson going to go onto the sky. Sauce right now hovering the breach, and I would be a little bit surprised to see just a single controller with only Chamber again as the only Sentinel, man. I mean, this Split is definitely a map where you can get some good value out of a pick like Sage, or if not the Sage, you know, even bringing a second controller. Like Split, I know Astra has gotten nerfed, but Split, still a great map for an Astra. Would have definitely liked to see that, maybe instead of a double initiator here, but ODU going to have plenty of utility here for these for this attack. And actually, interestingly enough, they are starting on defense, so it'll definitely be up to Fullsail to kind of pull ahead a little bit in this first half, as they will be on the attack. ODU's I feel like their composition definitely, you know, aired a little bit more towards attack. We'll have to see if they choose. I would imagine they'll probably spread this breach and the sky out and look to make aggressive plays on either side of the map on this defense. You know, keep it fresh, keep switching it up. Looks like they're not really sure where they all want to play yet, though. Niche with a very nice teleporter. I guess that is one advantage of Chamber. This map is a bit of a pain in terms of rotations, but Chamber can move very quickly with his anchor from side to side. I believe he might have swapped it, though. Look like... actually, maybe not. I think it is still in rafters all the way over towards A as well. And looks like a quick hit here coming in from Fullsail. Breezy in this elbow position, and he's got to be able to find at least one here. Should be able to pick up two, but oh, so unfortunate. Gummy with the right click is aided there by his raise. They're going to get the shutdown onto Breezy. So now a 4v4 retake scenario here for ODU. HP is favoring them a little bit. And it is important that they were able to get that initial kill into the Sage. No heal value going to be able to be found. And Niche just gets a freebie onto Casper. Defect finds another onto Jay. And now just a 3v1 here for ODU. They are going to close it out. So great pistol from them. I'm glad to see that they're still, you know, feeling good going into this third map. Still looking coordinated. Definitely had some issues on that Binds map, but it's important that you're able to bounce back, you know, reset the mental going into this map 3. And winning that pistol is going to help a lot. Now, Split is a very close quarters map. It is one of those maps that you do have to be very careful about these second round thrifties. Probably one of the more common maps we see force buys and thrifty rounds happen. So ODU does need to stay diligent. And actually, oh, it's a force buy here from Fullsail, the first of this entire series. Wondering if that dog picked up any info. It's going to be very fast towards mid. Defect finds the first. He needs to try and get out alive. He's not able to. The nade going to come in. Oh, the flash could be perfect from Jackson. He blinds two. Gets a second through the smoke. That's a huge play from him. Breezy not expecting the forward position from Casper, but Sauce is right behind him for the trade, and it's very quickly shut down by ODU. Very decisive play from them, and you know, it looked, I was a little bit nervous there at the beginning of that round, but ODU just, you know, claps back in a great way. They're going to keep 3 up alive as well for this bonus round, and probably won't see too much of an investment from the 2 players that died. Looks like Breezy and Defect both on Sheriffs in this round. That is, of course, so that they are able to buy, but because of the force, actually, on that second round from Fullsail, they are also going to be forced onto a very light buy. Jay, though, with a great shot onto Sauce to open up the round. And actually, I believe that was the only... Yeah, Sauce was the only player in a forward position over towards A site. You can see Defect rotating in now. Breezy spotting this cross, not seeing any players, and I think you've got to send Defect back, man. I mean, you haven't even seen a cross yet. Okay, maybe they did just see a cross from Jay. But so right now, I don't know why is Breezy not holding this position, man. Just hold it. They don't have any rifles. You should not just be spotting it. Like, if players can sneak across, that could be very problematic here. 3 players right now towards A for ODU, and the hit is not coming in towards A. Niche is at least able to pick up the first onto Gummy. And that trap, oh, that trap is triggered. It's going to slow them down. Munkin's able to get the trade, but he's being slowed. Niche is able to swing onto him and get the kill. So now a 2v2. Still dangerous here for ODU. They really need to try and pick up this round. Breezy's aware, though, of this flank, but he's going to turn at the last minute. This flank could definitely cause some issues for ODU. Oh, but Defect. Is he going to look? Oh, he just misses the flank, and Breezy has his knife out trying to destroy this wall. He's going to get the news too late, and now Defect in a 1v2. I think Jay spotted him. Oh, okay, I guess he didn't. Defect's going to get a freebie on the first, and now it's just him in a 1v2, or in a 1v1. But the time is ticking. He's going to get it to half. I think he just has to stick it. He's going to hop off. Is not even able to get the kill, though, onto Kaiser, and another forced buy round, or, you know, a very light buy round here from Fullsail is going to go their way. So that is quite unfortunate for ODU. Great play, though, from Fullsail, and it's all off that opener that Jay found over on that A site. Very weird rotations from ODU to invest so many players over on that side of the map. Especially without spotting anyone. I mean, you know that they're on a light buy. I don't know why you won't just have one player hold that cross. You know, not a lot of utility. I don't believe there was a smoke there blocking vision, so, you know, just leaving one player there, playing safe, and watching that cross is all you really need over towards A. But round's over. We're on to round 4 now. ODU will be on a full buy, so that is good news. And it looks like actually Fullsail not. I think Jay might have a rifle there. Sauce is going to fall back off of his pretty forward position here. He's actually going to fall back very far, leaving just Breezy to spot this. But again, like, there's no... They don't have anyone holding this cross. Breezy is just jiggle peeking it, and someone could have easily gotten across. Yeah, Sauce is aware of this fact. It's going to aftershock towards A ramp, but still no one peeking this position. Jay's worked his way in. He's in a great spot. Yeah, and he's going to get the punish onto Sauce. Jackson again going to swing out from this ropes position, finds one at least in return. And the shotgun from Defect is able to find one. Wow, and just kills flying left and right here for ODU. I'm very surprised that it goes that well for them after that initial one from Jay, but they are able to clean up the round pretty easily. And Jackson already having an outstanding third map, even though he was having a bit of a rough time on that second one. Feeling a lot better on split, back on that initiator. He's just finding some great timings here for these peaks onto ropes. I'm surprised he got away with it twice, almost in a row. You would have thought that someone from Fullsail would at least be looking towards that ropes position. But it's possible that Jackson just, you know, giga-brained, outplayed, somehow dodged a flash or some sort of other intel gathering from Fullsail, and just finds a great timing. And again, I'm not a huge fan of this man. I think that if you're tracking you know, economy properly, you should just be holding the long angle here as Sauce. He could definitely get punished on this close angle, but luckily it looks like everyone from Fullsail just going to send it out A, so it's going to be up to Breezy. He finds the first, but Jay, okay, it's not the end of the world because Breezy gets shut down very quickly. Or sorry, he was brought very low, so the you know, death by the rocket's about best case scenario for ODU. Yeah, and that aftershock, great placing from Sauce. It's going to cover that entire hell position, and this should just be an easy cleanup for ODU. Yeah, only losing one member. That's great out of them. It definitely got a little bit sketchy there. like I said, you know, I think that if you're tracking economy properly, I mean, maybe it was smoke, so that's why they weren't concerned about holding that position, but I think you just spot it, man. If they're on pistols, there's no reason to be scared of you know, barring maybe a sheriff, I guess, but even from the, you know, if Breezy's playing all the way back in screens, I don't think you have to worry too much. I don't even think the sheriff can one-shot from that far away to the head, because they did nerf the damage a little bit on it. And, yeah, that's a great round from ODU. It's the 4th for them. Full buy now from both teams, so this is one of the, I think this is the first full buy from both teams. We're already on round 6 and finally getting a full buy, or a full buy from, you know, out in this round. Tag gonna come in, it looks like. Not even sure actually what that was. It wasn't a tag, it was something. Causing Defect to fall back. Jackson gonna pop a flash around the corner. Does get a little bit of info, but not much, as the players from Fullsail are just gonna fall back. Defect worked his way into a bit of a tricky position, though. And Niche is aware of that spot from Gummy. I'm not sure if that was the Omen ultimate that got him back there. I believe it was. Jackson, good for 2 again, and gets out alive. So he's able to trade out Defect, and that's so big. Che, though, the shots have been so clean from him, man. And now at 2v2, it's going to be a retake over towards this A bomb site. Actually, no, as I say that, the chamber of Fullsail, all the way on the wrong side of the map. I guess the spike had been dropped outside of that, outside of B main, so he had to go back for it. 30 seconds on the clock and no spike plant. ODU's probably starting to get a little nervous. The jiggle from Jackson, they're going to spot Jay out, so they know he's towards the screen's position. The nade going to be used by Jay. That's a great use of the nade. Luckily, he does not... Oh, actually, as I say that, does find quite a bit of damage on Niche. He decides to take the fight in the midst of the nade to shut down that spike rotation. So great heads-up play from him. Jay is going to recover the spike, but very little time now. He's going to blast back across. Does have the time, but ODU's going to move in. And they spot Jay. They know exactly where he is. Oh, but Jackson pulls out a flash. Why would you pull out a flash, man? Niche does... Okay, he is able to get the trade, but that was so nerve-wracking. 3 on the round for Niche. Huge round from him. And that's a big one for ODU to pick up as well. Shutting down the first full buy there from Fullsail. That should then, you know, net them, you know, another round that is at least easier. We have seen a couple of thrifties and force buys go the way of both teams in the series, so definitely possible. Oh, and actually, it's going to be just a full commit here from Fullsail, which I'm a little bit surprised about. They're going to have a few people on light shields and low utility, but looks like the call is they want to go for it. Oh, and I like this switch up a lot from Jackson. Look at this position shift from the sky. He's going to try and listen, maybe even bait some shots. Oh, okay, he's going to use the bird early to get some information in B main. Not sure if he was able to... Not sure if he was able to figure out if there are any players in B main. I imagine he probably did get a ping off that sky flash. Defect now, the one holding towards mid. Gets a few shots down onto the Omen. Brought very low. Defect himself taking quite a bit of damage. And Jackson currently sitting on this B site playing pretty passive. The KO ult's about to expire, and I mean, they haven't really gotten a whole ton of map control with it, to be quite honest. You know, it did force ODU back a little bit, but still, they have worked their way up mid. Actually, no, as I say that, it looks like they're falling off of mid right now. So very confused about the play here from Fullsail. It looks like they don't really know what they want to do either. Heal's going to come in from Jackson onto Defect. And this is a bit of a rough round. Niche with the operator in screens. That smoke's going to bloom too late. Great collateral from Niche with the operator. They just peek a little too early. Even comes through the smoke and finds a third onto Jay. And he has the spike down now in a main. 20 seconds on the clock. Honestly, if I'm Fullsail, I'm saving these rifles. Yeah, and you can already see Casper tucking himself away. This might be the hunt, though, from ODU. Do have to be a little bit careful. If they're aware, they should know that the chamber has the tour de force up. You don't really need to chase him. He doesn't have much, excuse me, in the way to save. Jackson is going to push and fall, but not the end of the world. for this ODU roster. Munkin swings across. I believe he's able to recover a rifle, so they will save 2 rifles over in the next round, but still a great round out of ODU. Huge play from Niche, and he has had so much more impact on this chamber pick in this game so far. Currently sitting at 11-1. Playing very, very well in this map. And Jackson as well. Also, both of the players that were having the roughest time in the previous game now on the top of the scoreboard for ODU. You know, doing the carrying the flag forward here for them, and they're up 6-1 right now. We can see a timeout coming in right now for Fullsail. And I think at this point, you know, this kind of timeout is sort of what we were talking about earlier with the trying to stop the momentum a little bit for ODU, stem the bleeding, reset the mental a little bit. Of course, they will talk about what they want to do in the next round. During this timeout, you really need to try and find, you know, one of these lighter buy conversions at this point. You already saw a couple of people with Vandals in their hands. Oh, well, of course, those were the 2 that were saved over from the previous round. So it'll be curious to see what Fullsail wants to do. If they want to try and invest around these 2 rifles, or if they're just going to have 2 hero rifles and hope that those players are able to do something with them. I'm glad that they did toss one of those Vandals over to Jay. He has been the top performer for them, and really the only bright spot so far in this map, at least. Everyone else having a bit of a rough time. Early sky out from Jackson. I'm actually not a huge fan of that, because not only does that let Fullsail know where the sky is playing, but also you saw it did not really get a ton of value. All the sky jellyfish were just shot right away, so not the most value out of that ultimate, but it is going to at least slow down this push a little bit from Fullsail. Looks like the call is still to go through mid. The wall's going to come up, and that will slow down Jackson quite a bit this time. Defect's already used his grenade. Oh, but Niche, though. Nice angle. Holding towards B main right now. And he hits the shot. Great shot from Niche. That's the only player as well from Fullsail towards B main. And Defect's able to get the kill onto Gummy through the smoke. Niche even spotting one bottom elevator. The raise was not... Actually, the spike is on the ground right now. So no one from Fullsail able to get across to the site. Raze has been lurking over towards A and not been very productive at all. The swing's going to come out from Defect, picking up the judge. I believe that was from an enemy player. And yeah, I mean, this map is just, it feels very one-sided right now from ODU. A flawless 7th round out from them. And, you know, if you're Fullsail University at this, or Fullsail Armada, at this point, you have to start, you got to, you know, switch something up from what you're doing. You know, Jay, early on in this map, has found some impact on these lurks on the A site, but they haven't really converted them into anything. You know, they have to be smarter about how they're using this pressure on the map.
Right there. Right there.
This was actually similar. This is sort of similar to how we saw ODU struggling in the previous game. You know, they saw occasionally on rounds on their attack, they would find, actually they were struggling on their defense, not on their attack. But, you know, occasionally they would have rounds where they made some aggressive plays towards mid or towards showers or even towards B long, but they just never really converted them into a whole ton of round wins, and that's the problem Fullsail's having right now. They are going to do another very quick play towards mid. This time Omid TPing on top of the wall. Rez going to come in from Sage, so a lot invested in this round. Casper spins though is going to turn onto Jackson, get the kill. So finally a man advantage here for Fullsail. Breezy with the fake TP. You do have to be a little bit careful about that, just because if there had been any Fullsail players any closer, could have caused some problems for Breezy, but it might have actually deterred Fullsail a little bit. You can see them starting to work their way in towards ropes.
Cover going out.
Rotation coming in right now. ODU's content, though, with playing a retake. We are going to see, actually, I think the gig might have been up. Maybe some noise was made. Breezy going to TP in towards A main. I like this use of TP a lot. Niche, unfortunately, going to whiff the first shot, but he gets a follow-up. And the spike has not made its way across the site yet. Jay's going to send his rocket in towards screens. It doesn't even find any damage, though. And Sauce in this position, oh, it would have been nice to see him find a kill there. The spike is down in a 2v2. And Munkin is very low from that fight with Sauce. So this is doable for ODU. I'm not sure if Niche is expecting this player in the smoke. Oh, he spots the barrel. That's a great shot from Niche. Now just one player remaining, and I think they have to know he's in the site. They're clearing out. Yeah, and they know he's in this elbow position. Yeah, that swing should be good from Breezy. I believe he has the time as well on the defuse. Should even be able to recover the operator from Niche. And what a great closeout from the from ODU. I think the oh, okay, he had swapped out the operator for the rifle. So he is able to get the operator even back, although money not a problem at all for ODU right now. With how many rounds they've strung together. Will be a full invest, full buy here out from Fullsail University, but they are hurting right now in utility. They invested 2 ultimates as well in that round and still not able to convert. They are close to their KO ultimate again. He was able to use his earlier on. But I you know, I'm a little bit worried right now, man, for Fullsail. They really don't have, they weren't even able to really find much value out of the KO ultimate earlier on in this round. Yeah, and this operator from Niche, he's just been so good about these positions, swapping back and forth between where he's playing. I mean, Fullsail's just never ready for it, man. Look at that. It's so well timed here from Niche. Got to be a little bit careful not to get too aggressive. But that aftershock from Sauce, great placement as well. And Niche right back on this angle. They do still have the KO for Fullsail, but I mean, I don't know if he has any flashbangs left. He has one, and I mean, he's gonna have to make it count, because this operator from Niche has been so deadly. And Sauce holding this mid position, they are gonna okay, that was actually an ODU smoke, which is a little bit strange. It's gonna allow the cross to come out. Oh, and Jackson. Oh, he finds the shots through the smoke, though, and Defect is able, the smoke has a gap in it, and Defect is able to get the cleanup on the Casper, so another flawless round out from ODU. And yeah, I mean, at this point, man, Fullsail is just, you know, at this, if they can scrape together 2 rounds, I think they would be happy at this point, because right now it is all ODU. I mean, they were looking, Fullsail was looking dominant on bind, but not this level of dominant. ODU coming back to play on this 3rd map. You know, we lost them for a little bit on binds, but they reset the mental. They're back on map 3, and they're bringing it to the Fullsail right now. Especially, I mean, I got to mention again, you know, Jackson and Niche both really stepping it up this map after having a bit of a rough performance on that previous one. You love to see it out of them. Might see a bit of a quicker play here from ODU, but a great great fault line here from Sauce. It's going to slow down this push. And the blind going to come out. Jackson, I like he doesn't commit too hard to that. He is going to get his information and fall back here. The rotations have already come in for ODU, so they really don't need to make any aggressive plays. The dog's even going to find some info that the chamber is still towards a ramp. And yeah, I mean, Gummy, I mean, man, you can't expect there to not be someone there, especially after you shoot the trap without a suppressed weapon. Defect's going to get a freebie onto him. And the remainder of Fullsail still over towards this A site. But 3 players from ODU still here. They, you know, they're calling the bluff. Actually, Jackson slow peeks into the Marshall. That is going to be a rifle recovered. A nice blind from Breezy. He should have spotted it. He knows at least 2 now are towards this ramp position. And you expect them to go off the back of that boom bot. Breezy gets the kill with the rifle, though, and Defect on the flank. 3 for him on the rounds. What a great timing from Ropes. Now just the Sage remaining with the spike. She's going to try and jump down to get the spike planted, but no time. Sauce there watching the cross from screens. And I think this map may be all but over here. ODU just seemed like they have, you know, no vulnerabilities at all on split. Which, like I said, is, I mean, it's not surprising. They, you know, they have looked good on split in the past, but I haven't seen them play it in a while, and I wasn't too sure going to this map what either team was going to look like. But yeah, ODU just coming out swinging right now. And you can even see, you know, on the scoreboard, a couple of people that we typically see, you know, towards the top of the leaderboard, not even having to, you know, put up crazy numbers. Because like I was saying, Niche and Jackson are just going crazy right now. Even I mean, everyone's contributing. Defect with a great 3K on that previous round. We saw Sauce with some very high impact kills and utility as well. So everyone really stepping up here for ODU. Jay, good for one though, over towards this A side, is gonna able to get back across A main. Is a bit unfortunate. He was dropped very low. If Breezy had been in a position to watch that cross, he could have killed him on that exit. Jay should be able to get to the Sage now and get a heal. And this KO ult has been popped in the middle. Wall's gonna go up, which means that Jackson is not gonna be able to do that the backstab play he has been so many times in the past. And Niche caught out very aggressive. This may be a second round here for Fullsail. 3v4 retake position for ODU, but Defect walks right into the crosshair of Munkin's tour de force.
Last player standing.
Jackson's going to send a deep flash in. But it is looking pretty rough from him. He does spot the chamber. Is able to find the first kill. And he's actually looking for this flank. Gummy, though, gets the better of him. Just better crosshair placement there. A little bit quicker on the trigger. That's going to be a second round here for Fullsail. So at least they've got two going into the second half. But like I was mentioning on Bind, you know, Split is no exception. I think Split does tend to be a little bit more defender-sided, but even still, you know, 10-2 is a very, very good score for ODU to be going onto their attacking side. And the issue with only having 2 rounds as well is the pistol rounds, you know, on any map, you know, it doesn't matter how defender or attacker side it is, the pistol rounds are always going to be more even, you know, more towards that middle ground where it can really go either way. And if ODU is able to pick up this pistol round, which tends to be one of their stronger areas, they are pretty good on these pistol rounds. For a while, they actually had a streak going where they didn't drop a single pistol round across almost like 3 or 4 weeks. And if they're able to win this pistol round, I mean, Fullsail, what are you supposed to do, right? You're going to be forced onto a force on the second round, and if you lose that, it's basically game over. ODU going to make their way very quickly into mail here. Being very efficient with this clear. Jackson unfortunately dropped pretty low by, I believe that was a nade from the Rays. And that is a bit unfortunate because Jackson, the only person who cannot receive a heal, because he is the Sky. Sky cannot heal herself, only her teammates. Whereas the Sage should be able to give a heal over to the KO at some point in the round. A little surprised the KO has not rotated yet over. Maybe, I guess he's kind of stuck in his position, but quick flank coming in here, and ODU's got to move swift. Gummy's able to get one. Trades going back and forth for either team. Breezy and Defect, one apiece. Defect gets a second. And both of these players actually remaining for Fullsail are pretty low. Defect's on for the third, and the remaining player, Jay, very low HP. Breezy's just toying with him in mid here. And I mean, Jay, what are you supposed to do? 2 players are low for ODU, so it is possible, but just still seems so unlikely, assuming that ODU does not peek him unnecessarily. Yeah, look at this setup. I mean, this setup is perfect here from ODU. You've got, you know, crossfires from every angle. There's no way that Jay can peek a player without having to challenge more than one. And Defect's just going to swing and clean up the kill onto Jay. 4 kills on the round from him. What a great time to come alive on this Raze. And like I said, man, I mean, this is going to be the force. It's got to be, right? Out of Fullsail. There's no way they full save here. They're going to force in this round. And if you don't win this round, I mean, the game's over. I mean, you know, we did see one thrifty out of them earlier, but you have to imagine that ODU's not going to let that happen again. There is no way that they go for a full save here, man. I think that would be absolutely ludicrous. It looks like they are, but I am not a fan of that call at all. I think you have to start trying to fight back right now. You cannot just sit and play for the OT. But it looks like that's what they're going to do, and ODU going to quickly make their way out onto the site. Munkin does find the first, and Jackson, not quite sure why he has his utility in his hands as he's exiting out of B main. The nade's actually going to find him. So ODU does need to be careful. It's now a 3v3. These guns are not really in recoverable positions, though, for for Full Sail. So ODU still with the HP and weaponry advantage. Gonna see Omen swap that shorty out for the classic. But the swing through the smoke, Breezy's gonna clean up the Omen, and that's gonna be Sauce with a 3K on the rounds. 3 players surviving as well for ODU. And this is it, man. I mean, this is gonna be the full buy now. You can see the timeout coming in for Full Sail. This is gonna be the full buyout for them, but I mean, at this point, they've got to win 10 rounds in a row, and you have to imagine that's just not possible, right? Even if they play really, really well and start to battle back, all it takes is one small mistake. You know, ODU only needs 1 round at this point to close this map out, and with how they've been playing, I mean, just look at the scoreboard, man. Every single player on ODU is performing better than everyone on Full Sail except for Jay, who, like I said, has been the outstanding player for them. He's the reason that they have 2 rounds right now. He's been trying his hardest to have some impact. You know, he's found some good kills, some good entries over towards that A site, but they just haven't really been able to convert them into any round wins. So yeah, this is definitely a rough position to be in if you're Full Sail, but they are going to do their best to keep this map alive. If you did join halfway through the series, we are on map 3, so whoever, you know, takes this map does decide the series. ODU did win the first map, which was Haven, 13 to 11. No, they went to overtime. They won 14 to 12 in overtime on Haven, and then the second map was a bit more decisive, won by Full Sail. It was Bind, and they won 13 to 4, I believe. So a very decisive map out of them. But now ODU, with their own, their own very dominant performance here on Split, currently up 12 to 2, match point for them. It looks like they have regained their confidence on this map. Like I was saying, it was looking a bit rough. Oh, and we're going to see the fault line. That should signal the fast play. Gummy actually gets caught inspecting his weapon. Has to ADS, is at least able to find one, but Sauce and Niche opening up the round with a quick 2K. Jay is able to get the kill onto Niche, who I think maybe swung a little bit too aggressive onto ramp, but Jackson, he's been so good on these flanks, man. And that's, I guess, the advantage of having, you know, the breach and the sky. You do not need both of those initiators to entry on the site. You just need one. Jackson does need to start moving a little quicker here, and he does strike. He finds the kill onto Munkin in heaven. But now Breezy, he's stuck in the site by himself, and Jackson, he peeks a little bit too early before the rifle is ready. He had just swapped out from his Spectre over to that Vandal and gets caught out, so that will be Full Sail surviving another round. That is their 3rd round. But that was the thing is, though, that was the bonus from ODU. You know, they are going to have their full buy now going into this round, and it just, you know, it feels really bad if you're Full Sail because you were able to, you know, survive an extra round, but now look at their buy. They're going to have 3 players on Spectres, man. It just feels at this point that it's too far gone. We're actually even going to see a judge from Gummy, which I'm a little bit surprised about. Like I said, you don't really see... Oh, sorry, they're on defense, so actually the judge is not that surprising from Gummy. Looks like ODU going to take some of this mid-control early on with the dog. Oh, and that's some great value. They're going to spot both the player in heaven as well as the player in ropes. It's going to force Jay down ropes. And honestly, if you're ODU, I don't even mind taking your time here in these rounds, right? Force Full Sail to get aggressive, feel like they have to make a play. Otherwise, they will just bleed out in terms of their utility and what they can do in these rounds. Defect's going to find the opening pick onto Jay, and that's such a huge impact kill to get. They even know about this KO as well because of that grenade that he dropped out. Flash is going to come out, does drop the pulse grenade as well. I believe he was able to get out of there. But Sauce right now on a huge flank. This A site is not vacant. You know, Omen playing very far forward, but I don't think... Will Sauce check it? That is the question. Looks like he might just look to try and backstab this ropes player. Except I believe the KO escaped. Yeah, he escaped up through mail. So, bit unfortunate. I think if Sauce had continued to go a little bit further through A, he might have found some value. And it looks like he wants to go back up ropes. But now the Sage has rotated over, is holding this heaven position. Is Sauce going to be expecting it? Oh, but the rotation the Sage leaves right at the perfect time for ODU. The clock is running low though, and the spike's on the ground. The kills are coming in for Fullsail. It looks like they might have just done it. Spike does have enough time to go down, but surely Niche is not expecting this close player, and he's not. So now Sauce, 1v2. He has the ultimate. Looks like he's going to use it. Oh, and the first player is stunned by it. He's going to turn and find the second. That's a 4K on the round for Sauce. And what an incredible way to close out this map. Just every single player from ODU firing on all cylinders on split. And what a performance out of all of them. If you have stuck with us all the way through this third map, thank you so much for tuning in. That is going to be ODU now moving on to playoffs for AVGL in the following week. So make sure that you guys stay up to date on our Twitter at ODU_esports, and make sure you drop us a follow on our Twitch channel. You can do that right below. Just hit the little heart button, turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live, and we will do our best to keep you up to date about when those matches are. But for now, I've been Jeremy Purely Iber, and thank you again for tuning in for our Valorant coverage tonight. And everyone have a great evening.